Hello, welcome. My name's Kathleen. I'm one of the spirit operators. Um, Today we're going to be taking a look at the purpose of meditation. So, like, why do people meditate? And there's a number of reasons. So, first of all, if you're doing meditation properly, you it helps you to focus your mind, and that's pretty much the point of meditating. Is learning to focus on an object. So when you're beginning and you're doing breathing meditation, you're focusing your attention on your breath. And if you're more advanced and doing meditation that's actually going to help you spiritually, then you would be focusing your attention on a virtuous object. And so that's one thing. And the second thing is it helps to improve our concentration. So by doing that, focusing our attention, we're improving our concentration. And the longer we can focus our attention on a specific object, the better our um, concentration improves. And like nowadays, it's very difficult for people to concentrate and have a single pointed mind. Many people have loose focus. Um, Too many things get their attention. So, growing up, when I was a kid, there was Sesame Street on TV, and there were all these different skits. So the program was, I don't even remember, half an hour, but there were many, 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 many skits in that length of time because it's hard for children to focus on something for a long period of time. And as adults, nowadays, especially since we're in what's called degenerate times, it's very, very difficult for people to be able to concentrate well. And like there are people that walk around focusing on their cell phone, but they're flip, 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 flip. It's like, so yeah, so meditating helps to focus our mind and improve our concentration. And doing this, we're disciplining our mind. Now, one thing, like as I said before, we live in what's termed as degenerate times. People are slaves to their minds. So your mind comes up with, oh, I want this. Oh, and then they go after it. Oh, I want this. Oh, and they follow that and they go after it. They So with meditating, it helps to learn to discipline your mind, to tell your mind, yeah, no, I'm in charge, not you. And so I'm going to be doing what I want, not what you want. And you may want this thing over here and that thing over here and this and that and that over here, but nope, I'm focusing on this thing that is actually going to benefit me in the long run, not these little wants and desires that pop up. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing is it makes our mind familiar with virtue. Now, when we start off, we're just focusing on the breath because we're learning to concentrate. But once you advance beyond that, then you're focusing on a virtuous object, as I said before. And so that is making your mind familiar with virtue, familiar with these virtuous things, such as giving, patience. There's many, many, many. And again, nowadays, it's very, very few people. There are very few people that actually engage in virtuous actions. Um, we know of many people in the news, I'll put it that way, that do not have virtuous minds, do not think virtuously. It's all me, 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 mine, 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 I want, I want, I want, I want. And so meditating properly and spiritually, you're focusing on a virtuous object and that benefits you. You are, come to the next one, imprinting. So you're imprinting these things on your mind because when you die, You can't take any of this with you. So no matter how much money you have or how many gold ballrooms you have, you can't take that with you when you die. None of it. But what does continue is your mind, your state of mind, and the things that you have put in your mind. And so if you're meditating and you're focusing on virtuous objects, you're making your mind familiar with the virtue, and you're focusing on that, you're imprinting those virtuous things onto your mind, and that is what you take with you into the future, and that will completely benefit you more than anything you do in this life. Trying to make your mind familiar with virtue, not chasing after money or whatever, is your mind's desire. Yeah, focusing and fixing and working on your mind is the whole point. Okay. So that's the purpose of meditating and why we want to get into doing proper spiritual meditation. If you're interested in making spiritual progress, which is the whole point of being alive, there are side effects to benefiting. To benefiting. Sorry. There are side effects which will benefit you from meditating. Okay, I apologize. So the first one is that while you're meditating, you're accessing more of your theta wave, your theta brain waves. And this helps you to increase your ability to learn. It increases your creativity, increases your intuition. So it's very, very helpful. Now, a little side note, there was a study done, and this person was studying Buddhist monks, and they found that after about, and these are like very, very high up monks, they found that after about 20 minutes, that the Buddhist monks were in a really good zone for the theta waves. But with shamans who listen to a repetitive rhythm, drum beat or rattle, whatever, it was just a matter of seconds for them to get into the same state as it took the monks 20 minutes. So that, just to let you know, I'm totally going offside. But anyway, so the second side effect for meditating is that it lowers your blood pressure because you're calming yourself down. And so that's another one of the benefits. You are more calm, more peaceful, more content in life when you are meditating. If you meditate on a regular basis, you can't just sit down, meditate once and go, that fixes everything. That doesn't work. Another benefit is that it lowers your pain, okay, so that you can handle more pain. The pain doesn't affect you as much. Another one is that it lowers your stress. And another side effect, the last one I'll get into, is if enough people in your neighborhood, or say you have a group of people, so if enough people in your neighborhood or your town or city, if there is enough people meditating, it will actually lower the crime rate. They have done studies on this. I'm not going to get into it, but you can look it up yourself online if you want. So those are just some of the side effects that will benefit you from meditating on top of the whole reason for meditating. Okay? I hope that was clear. Sorry, I know I made a lot of mistakes. I apologize. But anyway, thank you so, so much for watching, and I hope this has been helpful. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.